Good afternoon. Well said, Toastmasters. We're struggling. This week, 4 members, our coach, Pam and I, and one of our newer members, but we made the most of our time, which is our style. Pam gave a speech on pathways, very good speech on how it works with a slideshow. It was well done, 2 camera angles, and we'll put that in this playlist eventually. You'll see in the playlist after last week's video our welcome video, which we shot a while back with just 3 people there, and I think it turned out, gets the job done. Nothing fancy, but it does work. Members, a lot of times on a Wednesday at noon, things come up. You can't always be ready to leave the office for over an hour to enrich your speaking ability. We understand it. So what do we need to do? We need to find members. VPPR is the thing. Now, my personal philosophy, and a lot of people would disagree with this, is that Toastmasters is a great organization, but the agenda format, the structure, is not appealing to a lot of people. Hence why you have very few younger people in their 20s who join. That's my theory. It's just not dynamic enough. Our club, we flex that agenda. We add a lot of creativity and focus on different things to not get bogged down into that 11 role agenda. For example, when we focus on just one person who might be visiting or who is an actual member. And yesterday we could have done that with William, who was there, but he was fine not doing that. The way we improvised yesterday is he said, I'd really like to learn from the other people by observing. And when we realized how many people were there, the idea that I came up with is let's shoot some instructional videos on how to do the different roles. So Jim Stubanis, our coach, very experienced, he gave a well done speech off the cuff on being the Toastmaster. Pam handled grammarian and timekeeper, and I did table topics. But William's request was, I'd like information on how to be the Toastmaster. That was an idea that happened at the club, then and there, and we addressed it. And that to me is more what needs to happen in the real world, is that people show up and get very specific need on communication. And our world really needs it right now. We're not communicating well. Why not address it with some positivity, some public speaking skills, and some interactivity? Those 3 things, if you can focus on them, you can really get a lot done. So let's review some decisions that I've made since I became president. If you recall and you watched the other videos, I'm not a big fan of Zoom, mainly because we don't have anyone that takes advantage of it, except our other club coach, Rich Lemert, not exactly sure, Rich. He's great. He shows up. We have the Zoom for him. Jim handles it. He's always on time. He takes roles. He's a fantastic evaluator. So the Zoom is working for one person. We don't advertise it that we would still do Zoom, but if we had 3 or 4 people say, hey, I need to Zoom in, well, we would change. But we don't have that. Secondly, to focus on one person at a meeting, be it a guest or not, I still like it. It's a necessity. If you have enough skills and you've facilitated enough workshops, you can instantly come up with something. And I realize everyone doesn't have that kind of experience, but it's not that hard to learn. Our new member yesterday explained that in his other club, 8 or 10 people showed up, but no one had a speech ready. So they almost canceled the meeting. That is a workshop ready to happen. You could instantly poll everyone, also be familiar with who has what skills, and instead of just doing an hour's worth of table topics or canceling the meeting, find the best way to address people's speaking skills. For example, if a number of those people said, I am not good at small talk, you could, with some experience, and you have to get into the habit of doing this, take what you know from Toastmasters and public speaking and come up with a workshop on the spot. Now, it's easy for us because Pam and I have done this a lot. We get along like two peas in a pod. I take what she gives, she takes what I give, we work together, and we instantly craft a workshop based on her skills and my skills. And to me, this is a better use of time than spending the whole time on table topics without instruction. Now, if you're adding instruction to that, it could help. But using your time wisely and not getting bogged down by the schedule, the agenda, or people being absent is really key. The third thing that I'd say that I was a fan of, or that has been a goal, was a flat management style. So far, so good. I have to admit it's been easy because I only have to get along with Pam, Jim Stabanis. It's pretty easy, and Kevin. Pam is going to be the lead facilitator at our next officers meeting. There's no reason the president should always do that, in my opinion. This gives another officer a chance to work on how to facilitate, focusing on the facilitation, which can mean talking the least, and emphasizing other crucial elements, such as making sure everyone gets a chance to speak, that creative ideas are not rejected out of hand without some discussion, and so forth and so on. So in the next officers meeting, I will be second fiddle. Pam will lead it and facilitate and bring whatever is important to her and her management style to the meeting. So there you have it, folks. A slow meeting. We need members. We've had 4 people join recently, but none of them could come this week.